So, next part. If this is something that people think of, professional dancing, as something that only women do, why do I do it? If I'm not trying to be a woman and I'm not trying to imitate it, why am I a guy doing this dance? Well, plain and simple, to get straight to the point, I'm doing this dance because I believe that Middle Eastern dance, and I don't use the term belly dance, I use the correct, culturally correct term, which in Arabic is raqs sharqi, Oriental dance, or if you're talking about the social dance, it's raqs baladi. I use the Arabic name for the dance because my motivation is the real culture. And basically, like I said, I believe that this dance is not about a woman getting up, showing her body to a room full of men. I believe that this dance is an art. It has just as much artistic merit as the ballet, as modern dance, as flamenco, as African dance, as Latin dance. I believe it's an art just like those other dances, and it deserves to be respected and given the recognition as these other dances. I got hooked on this when I was in high school. I got interested in the music first, and I've been listening to it for many years, and then finally, after many years of listening to the music, I wanted to learn how to dance to it. So I started taking classes, and I started to learn about the real culture. And you know, what disturbed me was going around to nightclubs or seeing the movies and seeing the way Arabic people, Middle Eastern people, Muslim people, culture is distorted in the media and still is today. And seeing so many women getting up in these nightclubs and performing, claiming to be professional dancers, and all they're doing is just catering to that harem girl fantasy. Like, they think the only thing you need is to have a two-piece costume and know how to wiggle, and that's all you need to know how to do. So basically, to make a long story short, I started performing this dance. I became a dancer because I wanted people to see the real dance. I wanted people to see that this is a real dance. It has a movement vocabulary. It requires training to be a professional. It's not just about showing your body, a woman showing her body to a room full of men, but it is a real dance. And that's why I perform. Now, as far as whether you like my dancing as an artist or not, maybe you don't like it. Maybe you think that I'm not a good dancer, whatever. If you don't like it, then you have the option of not watching. And that is your God-given right. However, what you do not have the right to do is tell me that I don't have any right to do this because I'm a man. Because like I said, I get my motivation from the real culture. And what you see on a nightclub stage does not represent the real culture. What it represents is people who want to make money and people who believe that the only thing that this dance is good for is for a woman to show her body to a room full of men so that nightclubs can make money. And I believe that this dance is worth a lot more than that. I think it has a hell of a lot more potential, and that's why I dance. And like I said, if it were the fact that men do not move this way in the Middle East and North Africa, then I wouldn't do it. But the fact of the matter is that if you go anywhere in the Middle East and you go to a wedding or a party, sooner or later you're going to see a guy get up and he's going to do all the movements, the exact same movements that you're used to seeing women do. Why? Because it's not a man's dance, it's not a woman's dance, it's a people dance. And Middle Eastern people are people, just like us. Alright? Just like everybody else in the world. And their music and their dance and their culture deserves just as much respect and recognition. And all I'm doing is trying to do my part to break down the stereotypes. So basically, all I'm doing is I got the balls to put on a fancy costume and get up in front of people and do the same thing that millions of guys all over the Middle East and North Africa, from Casablanca to Cairo, are doing in the living room. I just put on an interesting costume and I make it more dramatic. So when guys in the Middle East stop shaking their asses, I'll stop shaking mine. But until that time, I'm going to continue dancing, and I am going to continue to do everything that I can to break down the stereotypes so that people see this dance for what it is. So when they see me, hey, I thought it was all about a sexy woman showing her body. Well, you know what? I ain't a sexy woman and I ain't showing my damn body. I'm showing you the dance and I'm showing you the real art. So if you feel I don't have the right to do that, that's your opinion. But you know something? When it all comes down, who has more right to perform? A woman that don't know shit, that has 2 left feet, or a guy who really knows how to dance? If this is an art, then you gotta go for the latter. The one who has the most right to dance is the one who is most talented. So if you have a guy who is a good performer and he's talented, he's got just as much right to get out there and perform as any woman does, because this is an art, and art does not belong to just men or just women. Art belongs to all human beings, regardless of your sex, regardless of your race, regardless of your religion or your national origin. Thank you.